What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Game of Man coming back with another one as we are a week away from 2K25. And if you plan on playing in W like I plan on a W, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do compared to each team. We're going to go back, break them down, what each team needs on a year-to-year basis, and see if any of these teams fits the criteria of what you want to do. So, you see, I was using a custom playlist, and I want to shout out to the guy who made the custom playlist, the custom roster for us to take a look at this as we start off with the defending champs. By the time 2K comes out, they'll still be the defending champs, but I gotta say defending champs because by the time 2K come out, they still gonna be the champs. So, in this one, you got Chelsea Grays on the 2-year contract. So when you first boot up 2K, you pick the Aces. You got Chelsea Gray for that first season, which is the W current season right now, and the next season after that. The only person that you need to worry about is Kelsey Plum because she is a free agent at the end of this season. She has not signed an extension as terms of right now. Maybe that happens going into the playoffs, who knows? But right now, when this video drop, she is not signed beyond just this season. Who knows? She might look for greater pastures on a different team. Maybe Chicago. Who knows? I'm from Chicago, so I can only say that. But yeah. So you got Plum that you need to worry about. Hopefully, by the time your second season roll around, Kate Martin is a bigger overall than what she's starting. Well, what she's giving right now. We don't know what she's going to be on 2K25 yet. Probably 73, 72, around that mark. But hopefully, by the time if you miss out on re-signing Plum, Kate Martin is hopefully in her second season she could climb the charts, at least be serviceable. That's all we looking for, somebody to be serviceable, especially when you still got Jackie and you got MVP, two-time MVP, and Wilson. So somewhat updated. I mean, it's not a one-to-one because Cannon is not here either. But yeah. So, but for right now, I think yeah. So we could just take Cannon off the team because it looks like everybody else is supposed to be here except her. As I'm looking at Spokes Track because I always do Spokes Track because they're the most up to date on contracts. 2K for the past two life cycles, they haven't updated the contracts, and I always take it upon myself to do that. Especially when I play with Enrique, they always have her on her rookie contract, uh, and she haven't been a rookie in like 5 seasons now. So yeah, but anyway, beside the point. The point of contention is to either replace Plum or sign Plum back. Depending on what rating they give Gray after the injury, she may be downgraded. So she might be a person that you're willing to trade if you want to add a decent another point guard or somebody that you're looking at. They do not have a first round pick in this year's draft, so you got to be mindful of that. So you will not have a chance to trade up to get Page. You would not have a chance to even get Citron, Maddie Westfield, Olivia Miles, even though I just named three Notre Dame people. But yeah, you would not have a chance to even get that. A Fly J, you would not have that chance. Uh, what's that? Nicia Morrow. Yeah. So you would not have that opportunity for a good first round pick. You will be picking in the second round unless you trade Gray for somebody first. Yeah, you got Stokes. I would trade Megan, put her at the power forward, and Stokes at the center. That's just me. Um, the only person besides Plum I will be looking to sign back is Clark because she can play the 2, the 3, or the 4. Depending on what her rating is, if she choose to retire at the end of the season, because 2K just pick and choose when players want to retire. Uh, if I do need a serviceable point guard, because you want to play Plum at the point, or you want to keep Plum at the 2 to eat up those minutes when Gray goes down. I would sign somebody like Odyssey Sims, Courtney Vandersloot, uh, Crystal Dangerfield, Clarendon. You got Harrison, you got Evans. So you got quite a few people. You got Wheeler, at least serviceable backups. Not trying to say they the be all end all, but you got some serviceable backups on that. All right, so I think that's pretty much all we need on that. This team is going to be uh, around for 2 more years. Of course, you know you want to max out Wilson for the long run because she's the first 99 player in the W going into 2K25. Um, so that's the person you just want to have retire with the team. Other than that, then I would say Jackie Young. In my opinion, I would have her, Jackie Young, and Plum. I would. That's just me. You might want to keep Gray, but you know, homegrown talent is better than brought in talent. But don't get mad at me. I'm just saying, like, you know, we trying to Golden State this joint, and somebody gonna have to be the odd man out because the prices gonna keep just having to go up. You can't take everybody with you unless you just ain't gonna have no good bench. You know, you can, but you ain't gonna have no good bench. That's the only downfall. Okay, moving on to the next team as we pull up sports track again to look at Atlanta. Okay, Atlanta. I think the biggest free agent coming off is Cheyenne Parker. She's on a 1 year deal. Serviceable. Um, one of the, I would say, well, one of the top 7 power forwards in the game. It probably even top 5 at that. Probably top 5 overall. If that, matter of fact, we can check that. Let's see, top 5 power forwards. Well, Deladon don't count because we don't know what Diana Toro. Who made this list, bruh? Hold on, bro. Who made this list? Okay, no, dude, I gave you a shout out at the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna have to take that back. Okay, so Brown Stewart, AT, I agree with. Deladon might not even be in the game next year. I don't know. Collier, okay, I like that. Okay, so yeah, geez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I said, 6. 7 if Dunn is there. Then I would put her and Deladon would be neck and neck to me. Yeah, but you gotta account for Reese too. I don't know what Reese gonna fall in the mix because I think Reese is like a 90 or something like that. I can't remember what the clip was, but I think it was something like that. Okay, so we going back to the dream. Alright, Dangerfield is not over here, so you don't have to worry about her. You got Jordan Canada. I will rock out with Haley Jones as the backup um, point guard. This is me. Because she really ain't got no jump shot. They're giving her a B for mid range scoring, but I think it's more like a C minus in real life. So you got Coffee for 2 years, you got Jordan Canada for 2 years, so she'll be probably 31 maybe, depending on when her birthday is. So she could be 31 going into the season, or she'll be 30. Gray, you wanted to have her keep her for 2 years. Got Ryan Howard for 2 years. And after that, you need to max her out with that. So if you do want to keep Cheyenne, I will pay her more money up front and less over time. So that way you can pay Ryan Howard less money up front, more money over time. And same thing with Alicia Green. Jordan Canada, you could probably get away with paying her a stagnant amount. So probably per contract 159. Just pay her 159 for like 3 years. She might settle for that. But one of these two should settle for a stagnant type deal where they get paid the same amount every year. But it might be 2 years, it might be three. You might could get three. You ain't gonna get four out of that. Okay, so Powell's the same thing. I will probably want to pay Powell more money up front because she only signed a 1 year deal. So that way you get her a 2 year deal. You sign, get her more money the first year, less money the second year. Um, I don't even think 2K, they only let you do that. I wish they let you do that. They gotta have this in here now. Where you can pay a player more upfront and less over time, because they only got it where it's only 5% less. But I think we need to have more money upfront guarantee or less money upfront and then more over time. I think that should definitely be an option. They should definitely let you work the contract how you want the contract. Uh, you got Charles on a 1 year deal. Hillman should be more serviceable than what she is now. I think they gave her like a 70 overall in 2K, but this person obviously said 76, which I am fine with. She definitely um, was playing for a stretch of time when I was watching Atlanta. Back when Ryan Howard and Jordan Canada was injured, she was definitely out there balling. So this team, they is stagnant. So if you play with this team, if you simulate, you might get some stagnant years out of them. If through the simulation, this team is always stagnant. When you simulate, they either good 1 year, not good the next, and you ain't changed nothing on the team. Um, yeah, but this team, I feel like they are complete. They should be better than what they is. But due to injuries and stuff. So with this one, like I said, you need a backup point guard. Um, Crystal Dangerfield is obviously over here, but this is not. She is not over here, but this is not her contract. So like Odyssey Sims, who was already over here a while back, so you sign her back. Courtney Vandersloot, somebody that is reliable coming off the bench. If you don't want to put Haley at the point guard like I would. Okay, but yeah. So moving on to the next team is Indiana, and we already know the point of contention is growth and development. I didn't want to say it, but it came out the way it came out. I don't know why this person put Mitchell at the point and you got Clark at the two. It would be the same way how real life Clark at the one, Mitchell at the two. My opinion, if you do play the first season, I would try to trade Kelsey Mitchell at the deadline for Brittany Sykes from Washington just to get more defense. And Sykes do got can score too, so you not losing. You're losing the 3 pointer with Sykes, who's improved her 3 point percentage, her game overall. But for as 2K might be concerned, she might hasn't made that big of a jump. Who knows? It looks like we might be getting a whole lot of new ratings this year, as it seems like the ratings is going back to when it was, I think 2K12 when more people was in the 90s. So yeah, look like we might have a lot of 90 overalls this year. So it might balance out with Sykes this year. So yeah, but if you don't trade Mitchell, you will have to sign her because she's on a 1 year deal. Um, so I would get her more money up front as well and less over time because after that, after one more season after the current season, you got to pay Alyssa Smith. So after you pay her, then you pay Boston the next year. Then after you pay Boston, then you gotta max out Clark because you going to max out Clark. So with this thing, you gotta find out what you're gonna do between Grace Berger and Christy Wallace. You gotta hope Lacey Hall develop at a steady pace as well, and you just need to find a decent backup center. Somebody like I know a lot of people don't like Amanda Zawi, but on 2K she is goaded on 2K because that pick and pop game with her won me a lot of championships. I'm gonna tell you that, and that's going back to 2K22. Uh, she won me a lot of championships. So if I'm playing with them, I'm definitely signing Amanda Zawi because that pick and pop game with Clark, you gotta stop. You gotta stop one of them. Um, point guard wise, I know a lot of people down on Willer. I never played with Willer on 2K, so I don't know how she translating in 2K. But I'm gonna keep throwing out Odyssey Sims because I play with Dallas, so I'm very familiar with her game on 2K. Um, Courtney Vandersloot will be decent over here. Ty Harris, a lot of point guards. Yeah, so that's about it. Or Celeste Taylor. You could have Celeste Taylor be your backup because she might start off over here. Just because 2K they probably do their first. They usually do their first W update in January. So starting the game off, whatever person was with to start the season, that's usually the the people that are on the game. So Celeste Taylor, Should be on Indiana to start the game, but don't quote me on that. But that's usually how it was. And then when that person get cut midway through the season, uh, 2K will finally update it in January. But shoot, the season already over, so it really didn't even matter after that. You already probably in your third franchise already this season. Okay, so yeah, so next one I know I seen Bleacher Report say they'll trade Nylissa Smith for Brittany Sykes, but I don't like that trade. I would keep Smith and Boston be the Twin Towers. If anybody has to go, it'll be Mitchell for me because it's a possibility she might walk in real life anyway. Well, she could sign, who knows? But if I'm playing the season, I would trade. But if I simulate, then I would keep the first season and then just try to sign her back and try to maybe trade her the second year. You might get a couple more draft picks up out of it. Okay, moving on to the next team. I think I pretty much said everything. So, yeah. 'Cause these two are serviceable. Um, let's look at small forwards and see who can you possibly grab. I know one person you possibly can grab is a DeWanna Bonner. You can grab, I don't know if Benai, no, Benai just signed an extension. You can grab, see, this person don't even got Satu at the three. You can grab Satu Sabali, who is on a 1 year with Dallas. So if you want to grab Sabali, sure up that 3 point mark because if you trade Mitchell for Sykes, then you definitely need to add a bona fide starter at the small forward. Which you don't have to. I'm just saying I would grab Sabali. And you know, bias got to play a role into that too because, like I say, I play with Dallas every time I play 2K. Okay, now moving on to New York. So let me refresh the sports track page. New York Liberty. Okay, on this one is tricky. The only person, well, got a couple people. We got Kayla Thornton for 2 years, Benija for 2 years, Junquil for 2 years, Courtney Vandersloot for one, Sabrina for two, but you know Sabrina gonna be your long time solution anyway. Brown Stewart only signed 1 year, so your point of contention is to see if the money work out. So to be able to sign Brown Stewart. If not, then you have to let Benija or Kayla Thornton work. Right now, Benija is making more. She'll be getting 185, and Kayla Thornton be getting 112. But you possibly could just get rid of Thornton, sign somebody like Alicia Clark if she didn't retire. Also sign somebody. Um, let's see, like a Kia Nurse. You could sign. I keep thinking this Reggie Jackson. Oh, you can sign. Ooh, don't sign Diamond Shields. Don't do that to yourself. Um, Rebecca Allen might be a free agent after this year. Definitely got to check that. But if Rebecca Allen is a free agent, definitely sign Rebecca. She won a couple of championships for me too. Uh, Kate Lou. I don't know if Cunningham is a free agent, but Victoria Vivens also is a 3 point sniper. Uh, Mitchell should be over there. Gabby gonna be back in the game. Yeah, so yeah, you got some players to sign at that spot to play behind. Uh, what are we talking about? To play behind Benija. And then you got Fevich, who can play the three or the four, so she should be serviceable too. So losing Thornton shouldn't hurt you that much. Um, so yeah, this team is actually pretty decent. I don't know how Marina Johannes' contract or if she's still gonna be over here because I know her contract was suspended, so I don't know how 2K gonna treat that. But if you got Marina Johannes, then you set at PG. You kind of set at the two too because you could put Sabrina at the two. Markeisha Davis should be your up and coming shooting guard. So when Vanessa do leave, Markeisha can step up at the two, Sabrina go back to the one. So yeah, so you're looking for like an Odyssey Sims, maybe resign Eden Courtney Vandersloot because she you should be able to pay her the minimum by that time. Well, after the first season, she might go for the minimum. If Ugly Quigley is in the game, that's another decent knockdown shooter that you can get. So yeah, so over here, like I said, you don't need point guard, another shooting guard, and a small forward. But you got to be careful because if you sign back Brown and Stewart, your money is pretty limited. So you might have to rely on the draft or trade them for people who are already on rookie contracts. So that is New York. Not too much to say. They might be the champions this year. Um, so if they are champions this year, then more than likely, Breonna Stewart is going to run it back with them for probably even more of a pickup. Okay, now the up and coming underdog team, who I think is going to give people a run for the money, depending on who they match up with. Right now, I think they are on the Connecticut side to play them in the second round. But Caleb McBride not at the one. I don't know why this guy put every shooting guard at the one or Diane Taurasi at the forward. That don't make sense to me. Uh, Caleb McBride at the two. This should be yeah. This I don't know about this guy, bro. Whoever made this, bro, I don't know if they watch basketball. Like he got to come explain himself to me. Like I need him in the chat. Yeah, 2 years with Nafisa here, so you get on that. You know she's gonna be a long time solution. So after the 2 years, max her out. Kelly McBride, on the other hand, is tricky because she's looking like she's getting back to her shooting knockdown self. And when she first came over here, even when she left the Aces, she was still a knockdown shooter. But when she first came over here, she was decent. Last year, not so much. This year, she's trending up this year. She got 2 years left, so you go with that. Shay has Allen, who is not over here. So that's somebody over here. Courtney Williams got 2 years. Elena Smith 2 years. Bridget Carlton 2 years. Heidemann 1 year. But that's cool because you got Courtney. But you can also sign back Heidemann. Should be a cheap deal. Diamond got 3 years left. So she's decent. Peely got 4 years, so she's decent by the time she's ready to start. You got to make your decision on UHAS. Is she gonna be starting center or starting power forward, and you're gonna move the PCO Collier back to the small forward. We keep it at power forward. I think I would like her better playing at power forward. Give you more spacing and somebody that can put the ball on the floor as a perimeter player. You always need them perimeter players that can put the ball on the floor, make the defense stay honest. Whether they're going to either sag back or guard up, because you can also knock down the tray. So yeah, over here, yeah, this team is pretty much stacked. I would definitely run this team back with the same pieces. Because I think if they don't do it the first year, just run it back, and I think that second year, it should be straight. Diamond going to develop even more. Your core should always be Collier and Diamond Miller and Peely. Like I say, she's 6'2", so she can start at the three, Diamond at the two. Yeah, and I just run like that because most people she come against in that at that small forward position, she can definitely post up with the size. I like 2K wise. I think that's the most complete team 2K wise with the Mercury. Let me see. It's Beck Allen. Beck Allen is on a 2 year deal, so yeah, you have to trade for her if you with New York, but her contract is way more than Thornton's, so you won't be able to sign back Stewie if you do that. So you gotta let Rebecca just play her game in Mercury for 2 years, then sign her. But that time might be too little, too late, depending on how fast you're trying to win the championship. You're trying to play the long game, might be worth it. Over here, you got Copper for 2 years, so that's straight. Diana last year might be retiring at the end of the season in real life and in 2K, but 2K is tricky sometimes. She might give it another go, but you can always boost her age up if you want to edge her out the door. Just boost it to the highest it can go, and then by mid-season You should know if she retiring or not. Natasha Cloud, 2 years, a lot of money. Uh, Not saying she's not worth it, but this team is just stuck in purgatory because in real life we know they're gonna sign back Griner because she lost a year overseas, so they're gonna make that up to her. Sophie Cunningham is a free agent, but if you New York, do not sign her. If you are Indiana, yes, you possibly can, but I would just get her a 1 year deal to see if she the missing piece. If she's the missing piece, then of course you get her another 1 year deal and just have her on 1 year deal, so you can still pay Boston and pay Clark when it's time to pay Clark. And if you trade for Sykes, then um, you should definitely have her on a 1 year deal. Whether you trade for Sykes or keep Kelsey Mitchell, if you keep Kelsey Mitchell, you probably don't get Sophie Cunningham just because the money probably won't work out. Because by the time Sophie is a free agent, you'll be having to pay. Well, she's 1 year, but You'll be paying. Well, no, it should work out. Yeah, it should definitely work out. Yeah, you can grab Sophie to 1 year because she'll be on the 1 year along with um, Nalissa Smith, and then by the time that contract over, if you win, shoot, just let her walk and try to find another piece that's similar to that, or you might drive somebody. Lexi Hall is still over there. So yeah, but moving to Mercury, it's a team that's like in purgatory right now because they got a lot of pieces that this person just put people anywhere. Okay, this is what I would do. No, I would actually keep Copper at power forward. That's what I would do. But you can put Rebecca at power forward too, because she got the height for it, and she can play the two, the three, and the four. That's what I like about. I like Swiss Army knives. People that can do multiple things. So that's why I always try to put back Allen. Uh, yeah, this thing is you're gonna have to pretty much you're gonna have to build through the draft, and they picked I think. So yeah, you gonna have to play the free agency game. Either you trade Copper to try to re-up on another pick after you just traded for, which is like a waste. Keep Copper, keep Bex, no, keep Cloud. Probably have to trade Beckers because you got to pay Sophie Cunningham and Brittany Griner. Hopefully Charisma Osborne develop. Keep Monique Billings because you're gonna have to play the free agency game with this team. Like your best bet was free agency. So for a backup center, let's see who's backup center. You got Stevenson. I think Stevenson maybe signed a 1 year. I think Mercedes Russell, like a Mercedes Russell, who might need a new change of scenery. Scenery. Shout out to Mercedes Russell too. Actually saw her in Tulum when I was on vacation. So yeah, I'll get back into that when we get to Seattle. You got Jones. If you don't want to get Brittany Griner back, you can poach Brianna Jones away because that team is not going to be the same. Yeah, pretty much. You got Tina Charles too. But Tina Charles was with the Mercury and left. So who knows if she want to come back? If 2K really took stuff in consideration, like how Madden did, when people don't want to play for a certain team, like they be low on that team, and like even if you offer them a lot of money, you're not guaranteed to get them. But if you offer, if I offer Wilson a lot of money, and most likely she's going to sign with me. But why would she leave the team that she won two championships with, three if they win in real life or in your simulation? But yeah, that team right there is in purgatory. So I would say your best bet is to play through the draft. Let Diana retire in the sunset. Ship Copper, at least put it on the market, see what you can get. Resign Sophie Cunningham. Uh, Try to get Brianna Jones for your center. Depending on what Brittany Griner rating is, probably let her just go to a new team, try to look somewhere else. But if you're a diehard Brittany Griner fan, understand. Sign her back. I would keep Copper as well, and just try to draft or sign a shooting guard. But this team gonna definitely be a slow build. This ain't gonna be no overnight success. So by the time you ready to compete, uh, half your team gonna be phased out. So that's what I'm saying. It's probably best to just blow it up. Like grind a walk, build around Copper, Sam Brown Jones. Alright, no, yeah, mistakes. Over here, definitely need a point guard. Or what they ain't got Van Lou at point guard. Like, man, who made this list? Stephanie Dosen 2 years, Sykes 2 years, Atkins 2 years, Carly Samuelson 2 years, Sharaka Kimbrough 1 year, so she'll be a free agent. Shakira Austin 2, then you got to sign her to a max, well not a max, but somewhere close to. Leah Edwards 4 years, so you're good on that. Just growth and development right there. Uh, who we just traded for Cano got 2 years, no 3 years with her, so another person that you can grow and develop. Van Lou is on a 1 year rental, 30-year-old rookie, 31 on here. Um, she decent. She was probably like I don't say the main piece on this team, but she definitely was exciting to watch when I did watch the Mystics play. So depending on what her rating is, I would send her back. If not, looking to draft. You could have the number one pick, so Paige Becker could be the solution if you do the mock draft route. You could draft Paige Beckers and Kiki Efferin, or you can get a small forward if you. Oh, I forgot to be Atkins. So trading trading for Mitchell might not be the best thing if you plan on playing as the Mystics. But if you want to trade for anybody, trade for Alyssa Smith to give up Sykes. Then that way you can draft Paige Beckers and you can draft Anissa Morrow to play your small forward, and then move. Yeah, no, you might have to draft a two then. So you might have to draft Paige, and if you want to have a backcourt of UConn, if Flood come out, then well, it's up to you if Flood come out because it's depending on what class you want to draft. You can have Flood and you have a UConn connection right there. You got Paige Beckers, Flood, and Aaliyah Edwards. Like how crazy would that be all on the same team? But yeah, if not, you got Citron at the two, but you definitely gonna need Citron is multifaceted. She can play the two, the three, and the one if you need her to. Not good with the handling, but serviceable. Uh, yeah, that's why I say Citron, another good shooter coming out. I do not have the mock draft in front of me, but matter of fact, let me just see if I can pull that up real quick. If you drop in Citron, then you need to let Atkins contract play out. Probably trade him in 2025, uh, or just let it walk. But you rather get at least get draft picks, so you have a core of. If you're keeping Sykes, Sykes not gonna be part of your long time plans. Well, Sykes should still be serviceable at the three, but you got Page. Let's just go with Citron. Uh, let's just say Bud staying another year. So you got Page, Citron. You got at the three, you have Sykes. At the four, you got Aaliyah Edwards. And at the five, you need a fifth man. So you got, well, yeah, you need a big man. Oh, yeah, you got Shakira off on Tweak. Why did I just draw a blank like that? Yeah, so that team is built to win in the next 4 seasons. If you play them, you got to be competing in 4 seasons. Well, you should be competing in 4 seasons. So Yeah, you have Paige Beckers, you'll have Sonya Citron or Foot, Sykes, with Leah Edwards coming off the bench. Well, Leah Edwards moved to the four, and then Shaquille Austin. It's a decent starter group. Okay, as we move to the next team, we might have to take a pause right there, but this video is getting pretty long. So, did we get through at least 5 teams? I want at least to get through 6 because it's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got through 7. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll let you guys in the next one that we break down part 2. Hopefully that was enough insight. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down below. And out of the teams that we went over, who you will you be playing? I know I ain't dropped part 2 yet, but just out of them 17 that we went through, who are you? Do you want to be the Aces and compete right away? Or do you want to be New York and compete right away? Or do you want to be Indiana and compete in the next 2 years? Or do you want to be Minnesota, who's competing in the next year? Well, who's competing this year too as well? Because if you playing, I think this team definitely could win a championship and uh, this year in real life on 2K, and then next year for sure. Do you want to be blowing a team up, starting from scratch with the Mercury? Do you want to be a team that's drafting the next Great Hope and Paige Beckers? And yeah, as we next, did we do Alana stuck in purgatory a little bit? Should be better on paper, but if you actually play the games, you should be competing. But if you simulate, 2K do not like them when you simulate for some reason. Like, comment, and of course, subscribe. See you in the next one. That's game over.